falling out of the Blast full groups in October 2020 in last place, and recently heading out of the Blast Global Finals in 5th to 6th, only besting Furia, who had a stand-in. It's safe to say the past few events and months have been fairly dismal for a team which should be in contention for top places. Now, during those Blast finals, Evil Geniuses picked into Inferno in all 3 series they played, and as we go through some of these rounds here on Inferno, you'll see that EG consistently loses out by the thinnest of margins. So the biggest problem I've seen with EG is small team play mistakes, and on this round the North Americans are against a low buy from Liquid, with just Naf on a rifle and the others on their upgraded pistols. Now this round starts off great for EG as they find these frags onto the pistols and put themselves into commanding 5-on-2 position, where if you just group and play together, it should be almost impossible to give up this situation. So with Cirque, the call from EG is going to be to hit this A bomb site in Cirque. He's going to be throwing some nades, he's going to smoke Moto, and then flash out into brackets. So we have Tarek here, he's in towards Boiler, and what he's going to do is swing out too early here before his teammates are really ready to get the trade. So he swings out, he goes down, and Cirque is just too late swinging out here on his dualies. It allows Naf time to just about reposition and adjust his aim, and also get the kill here on to Cirque. Now Stanislaw, as he falls back and around the corner, I have no idea why he's spamming here, and he goes down when he should have just been running knife out for the bomb site and getting the plant. And finally, we've got Ethan over here towards the B bomb site. He was trying to apply some pressure whilst they're really hitting A. He spots Stewie, but instead of just falling around the corner and staying alive, he repeaks and goes down. Now, spoiler alert, but Breezy loses the 1v1. And overall, this round was a perfect storm of small mistake after small mistake. If EG just played a tiny bit slower, grouped, and put down their masses of remaining utility, this would have been an easy cleanup for the North American squad. In a more positive light, Cirque's AWP can be a huge weapon for EG, but even after getting an awesome entry like this, over the last couple of events, the North Americans have really struggled to convert these 5-on-4s, falling massively behind Counter-Strike's current stock of top teams. So in this round, EG, they have no map control towards Banana or Brackets, and on both the bomb sites, they're playing strong but passive setups. So on this one, with no information, Cirque is going to make the call to rotate over towards that B bomb site and play a 3-man setup with his teammates, leaving A rather exposed, with just Stanislaw and Breezy playing in this 2-man setup. Now, as Liquid starts applying some pressure, Breezy's going to fall off of the balcony. And what's going to happen is that Liquid, they're going to wrap onto this A bomb site using the front pit smokes that land here and just here. So as these smokes start to come over in a couple of seconds, Stanislaw, he's going to commit to playing up on this balcony, and he can't fall back because there's railing behind him. He's trying to play this kind of one way over the smoke, but it doesn't really work. He might get one, but he can't fall back, and he gets traded out. Now, Breezy, he does his best, but even if he found this kill, he was going to get traded out in the end anyway, given how many Liquid players were here. And EG, they got punished for lacking information into making a very questionable decision to stack the B bomb site. And at the top level, it's criminal to be giving up man advantages in situations like these. Sometimes in CS, the smallest of mistakes can have dire consequences. And on this one, EG are going to start off by making a really great call to just shift out and into brackets using no utility, and this is because they're fairly sure that Furia do not have an AWP in play, which they don't, so good read on their part. Now Ethan, he's shifting his way out long. They've decided they've got brackets, let's continue moving into this long area, and he has his mega entry on to Honda. Now behind the frag, EG, they're going to accelerate onto this A bomb site. Tarek, he's on the entry. He's been clearing out all of these angles. And as he makes his way in, he makes a huge mistake to not fully check this corner. Now, Yuri, he's playing in the corner. He's going to get the first frag on Tarek, make it 2 onto Ethan. And how Cirque doesn't get the trade here, I have no idea. And the same goes for Breezy as Yuri makes it 4. Now, fair dues and all that to Yuri. He played well, but he should never have been allowed to get 4 kills whilst being surrounded on the bomb site. Remember to check your corners, boys and girls, because even at the top level, it can still decide rounds. So here's another example of a tiny mistake costing around for EG. On this one, they're playing 4 players towards the A bomb site at least by the time Ethan makes his way back. And Team Liquid, they're coming for some Arch side control. Now as Ethan comes back into Arch, he's working really hard here to face the terrorist players first. And this is because he wants to bait in Stanislaw in this cubby, and now they probably won't check Stanislaw because they're so focused on Ethan. Now back with Ethan, he's still playing in this Arch. He's actually playing it fairly wide, and this means that as Stewie faces him, Stanislaw can't even see Stewie here. So when Ethan goes down, only now does Stanislaw know to swing out and check. He gets one, but is promptly traded out. Now back with Breezy, he's seen all these trades going down on long. He swings out looking for some frags. He does get one, but Fallen is there for the reply. Now Tarek, he's in towards Banana. The call from Liquid is to group up towards B, and I can imagine Tarek is very upset about not finding this kill onto Grim. Now if Ethan just tucks himself in a tiny bit more on the right side of Arch, Stannis probably gets 2 frags and EG almost certainly wins the round. It was a close one, but no cigar. Staying on the topic of small mistakes, during their 3 Inferno games at Blast, EG had loads of issues in the afterplants, and on a map like Inferno, that's a death wish. So quick firing through a few of these errors, retaking the B site in a 3-on-2, Cirque and Stannis, they don't peek out together here, and then Cirque refuses to swing for the trade, and after some crazy shenanigans, he'll go down as well. So it felt to me like Stannis and Cirque were waiting for a flash from Breezy to swing out by the coffins, but Breezy, he didn't have one, and this was a pretty poor retake onto that B bomb site. So again on the B site, but jumping onto the terrace side, EG are in a 2-on-3, and Cirque does a good job and catches Art on Banana. But for some reason, on low health, Tarek is moving around loads and just dies in the open for nothing. If Tarek hides here and just waits for Cirque to reposition, they stood a decent chance of coming out on top. Now the common theme between these retakes is the Evil Geniuses players not being on the same page, and in the afterplants, having a plan is the most important thing. And these are the sort of errors you see in less experienced teams off the back of poor communication. So against Astralis on this one, it just feels like EG, they're getting a bit flustered. They had loads of time, could have used their nades to cover on Moto and apps and whatever, then plant and think about the after plants. But clearly that doesn't happen as Zipnik sneaks through and gets a freebie and pulls off an easy retake by his standards. Of their 3 Inferno games at Blast, the North Americans struggled the most against Furia, particularly whilst on this terrorist side. And the problem for EG was Furia's aggression, putting them in man disadvantages and throwing them off before they could get into the calls they really wanted to be running. Now in the dying stages of the half, EG finally made some adjustments, and here they go for an aggressive call to group up and flash through with numbers into brackets. Now doubling up with Ethan, Stanislaw will get the entry and then trade and secure a great pair of frags, and Yuri, being the sole player remaining on the site, is swiftly traded out. Now again on round 15, EG on this fast banana take, a great change of pace and really well executed, meaning the Furia players, they were caught out of position, and these fast trades come in, putting EG into a 4-on-3 with the B site firmly in their grasp. So the North Americans certainly have a good playbook, and perhaps they were respecting Furia too much, perhaps they hadn't done enough preparation. Whatever the issue was, these rounds came too little, too late in this match versus Furia, and 4 rounds on the terrorist side on a now T-sided map wasn't going to cut it going into the second half. Pretty much every issue we've discussed so far is applicable on all the maps, but an Inferno specific problem is this B-bomb site on the CT side. On rounds where EG pull off their aggressive banana takes like this one, it's fun times, everyone's enjoying themselves. The issues arise when EG are not getting frags off banana control, which you never reliably will at the top level, and they're forced to play more passive back on the bomb site. And on this round they're against Astralis on a pistol armor buy, and the Danes are going to explosively hit this B site. Now with Ethan towards dark, Tarek feels like he needs to help, and he pushes through this coffin smoke into taking a pretty poor fight. He gets fragged, and then Ethan gets traded out shortly after. Now whilst I understand why Tarek feels like he needs to help his teammates, this was not the play, and if he spams the smoke instead, Ethan at worst goes 1 for 1, and for a player as good as him, I take Ethan to get 2 on most occasions. And on this round versus Liquid, we're going to see a very similar situation playing out. Now Tarek, he's playing in towards CT, and Ethan again is towards Emo. And the idea is that Tarek here will swing through the smoke as Ethan begins taking the fight versus those Liquid players and grabs their attention. But as this one plays out, Fallen, he's holding the smoke, and ultimately both Tarek and Ethan only combine for one frag between them. In both examples, sure, they're trying to play together, but this B bomb site needs a rethink from EG, and overall, I'm not sure they're getting great value out of the utility on Ethan or Tarek in many of these rounds, and I question the calling on this B bomb site. With a coach like Zeus, the North Americans should be capable of rectifying these problems, yet a topic for another day is EG's map pool. If they're having issues here on their map pick of Inferno, just imagine the lower end of their pool. Clearly, evil geniuses have some issues that need fixing, and I wonder how many of these are coming from a lack of practice in Europe, which given the pandemic is significantly better than you'd get in North America. Or perhaps they're a little rusty with this being the first event for them after an extended break. Whatever the reasons, EG needs to get this ship back on course, and it's unfortunate to see the North Americans falling flat when we know they're capable of world-class performances.